All right, we need to get started with this because I have questions and I know you guys do too. So ESPN put out a list of 30 best pro wrestlers under 30. And obviously, this is from WWE, AEW, CMLL, Stardom, TNA, NJPW, which is New Japan, NOAH, and AAA. But we're only going to do the ones from WWE, AEW, New Japan, TNA, and AAA. So that's what we're going to do. And if we see any familiar names, we'll talk about the other companies too. But let's go ahead and check out who is on the list from WWE to TNA to New Japan and AAA, and let's figure it out. So let's go ahead and get started. What's up, guys? I just want to let you guys know I made a backup account on Instagram, so scan the QR code so that way you can follow back. Also, follow me on Twitter. Also, follow me on Instagram. I do have another account you can follow on there as well, and you can scan the QR code for that. So anytime I make a video, make sure you guys check the bio so that way you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for both accounts for Instagram and also for Twitter page. So I appreciate the support. Thank you guys for looking. Let's get to the video. All right, so number one on the list is Dominik Mysterio, age 28, promotion WWE. Last year's rank was number one. I have questions of that. I don't know why Dominik Mysterio is number one twice, but maybe if we read this paragraph, we might get some answers. So let's go ahead and read it. It says that the son of Rey Mysterio has fully stepped up his spotter's shadow, holding down the top spot for the second year in a row with his ever-improving in-the-ring ability and magnificent work on the microphone. Well, now. Dominik has carved his own path in pro wrestling. He spent 2025 entering the So Bad He's Good stage of his career where he routinely gets the biggest crowd reaction, positive or negative, at arenas. He is the bad guy everyone loves to hate. Ten takes his craft to another level by holding the WWE Intercontinental and AAA Mega Championship titles simultaneously, appearing in both promotions throughout the year. Although he lost the Intercontinental Championship to John Cena on November 10th on Raw, Dominik hasn't lost momentum. He has become the perfect professional wrestler and a stellar heel who can't get enough of taking pot shots at his spotter while routinely suggesting that his real fodder is the late, great Eddie Guerrero. With Rey now in his 50s, it only makes sense that his son will eventually be the one who sent him into retirement. Yeah. So, I mean, should we talk about it? Well, yeah, let's talk about it. Well, I mean, if that's the reason why he's number one, then fine. But, you know, I'm just going to say if they probably picked him number one because of his aura. And, it seems to me like his ring work and his consistency in the ring is one of the reasons why he's number one. But y'all can share your thoughts down below. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just confused on why he's number one and why they repeat it twice. But I think it's just mainly his aura and because mind you have Eddie, So, but y'all share your thoughts down below on why they chose him as number one. And y'all give me y'all reasons why you think he's number one or why he shouldn't be number one. But let's continue because we got plenty more to go. Kyle Fletcher, age 26, promotion AEW, last year's rank 8. So he's number 2 this year, but last year he was 8. Now, I do know they have a paragraph of why he's number 2. So let's read. So, Fletcher had a monster 2025. I think they should have said he had a phenomenal 2025. But let's keep reading. Riding the wave of momentum from last year after an injury to his Aussie Open tag team partner, Mark Davis, left him as a single wrestler, already an expectational talent. The proto-star took his game to another level, starting with the decimation of Dustin Rhodes in a street fight to become the AEW TNT champion between his improved promo skills and ability to wrestle just about any style of match or opponent. Fletcher has everything you ask for in a pro wrestler. If you're looking for a match to understand why he's the main event material, watch his losing effort to the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page at All Out in September. Yeah, well, let's talk about it. Now, I hope next year Kyle Fletcher be number one, because if they're saying all this, then there's no reason why Kyle Fletcher cannot be number one. I do believe that Kyle Fletcher will be number one next year, but however, because ESPN has a partnership with WWE, I don't think they're gonna put him as number one, because I feel like that will outshine WWE's promotion and partnership. But until ESPN is done with WWE, I don't think they're gonna, put Kyle Fletcher as number one when they should. So honestly, I wish I could think of some people that is number one to me. Like again, I wish I could tell y'all, but I really can't, because I don't know nobody that's under 30 that I consider number one. Yeah, I really can't. But but if I could think of someone, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, if you ask me, I think Kyle Fletcher should be number one. I would say Megan Bayne should be number one, but if we're talking about if we talk about the word phenomenal, it's Kyle Fletcher, bro. I'm saying it's Kyle Fletcher, him or Ricochet. But I think Ricochet has proven out that Ricochet should be on the list, but I don't think he should be number two. I would say number 10. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do think Kyle Fletcher should be number one. But we'll see what happens next year. But next year, I would love for him to be number one on the list. But because of the partnership with WWE, I don't think they're going to put him as number one. I don't think so. But we'll see. I mean, Mercedes and Tony, they were number one, number two on the cover of a magazine. But still, I just wonder, will Kyle Fletcher reach the number one arc next year? But I don't know. With the partnership, I don't think so. But we'll see. But let's continue. Rhea Ripley, number 3, age 29, promotion, WWE, last year's rank 4. So I don't know why she's number 3. I'm a little confused myself again as well. But let's read and find out. Why is she's number 3? Let's find out. Okay, Rebby, ESPN's 2023 Women's Wrestler of the Year, has already compelled a Hall of Fame list of achievements before her dominance on WWE main roster as the 3-time Women's World Champion. Rebby reigned supreme in NXT and NXT UK, securing both of their women's championships as well. You know you made it when The Undertaker shares in your championship celebration, as he did when Rebby captured the Women's World Championship on the Raw Netflix premiere in January. Well, okay, let's talk about that too. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I did think that Rhea Ripley had an amazing career at 2022 to 2023, and many would disagree, but I feel like it was going good in those 2 years until 2025 came. And then at that point, everything became lackluster. Now she's in the tag team division with Io Sky, and who knows when she's ever going to be in the title picture. But however, hopefully Rhea Ripley will, get back into that maybe in 2027. I don't know. But because right now, next year they might push Liv Morgan to be the next space. But I don't know about that. I still think you need to tell the story right and before you push her to that babyface reign. But however, we're going to have to figure that out, because right now it's we don't know what's going on with that. So, but as for Rhea Ripley, I mean, I could see now, but I think Mercedes Moné should be number 3. If you ask me, it shouldn't be Rhea. It should be Mercedes Moné. But because, like I said, because WWE is in partnership with ESPN, of course they're gonna pick Rhea Ripley. So, but they should have picked Mercedes or Toni Storm, but they did not do that. So you already know the deal. But salute to Rhea. Glad that she's number 3. But still, I would have picked Mercedes. But let's continue. Now we get to MJF, age 29, promotion AEW, last year's rank 2. Well, Kyle just took his place. But, it's been, but this is going to explain why. MJF is a singular performer, a supremely gifted talker who can hang in the ring with the best in the world. So it's only natural that a singular performer had an unrivaled 2025. Who else win a Casino Gauntlet match for the world title contract was tricked by the AEW world champion Hangman Adam Page into executing that contract and then threatened to set Mark Briscoe on fire if Page didn't reinstate that contract. Who else convinced the Hurt Syndicate to make him a member of the team? Who else traveled to Mexico just to defeat the unmasked CMLL's Mystico? Yeah. Who else appeared with the Sandman in Happy Gilmore 2 and is co-starring with the mysterious Santa Claus in Violet Night 2? For all these reasons and some incredible matches this year, MJF remains better than you, and you know it. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Now, we all missed MJF. That's for one, all right? And number 2, I'm proud that he's doing more movies. I just wish Liv Morgan would do the same thing. But hopefully after this one movie that comes out next year, we hope that she would do more just like what MJF is doing. The more he do movies, the more star power he'll bring back to the company at AEW. So hopefully that will be the case because, of course, Roman Reigns and CM Punk doing it and Cody doing it is just like, okay, that's expected. But still, the more you grind in the Hollywood business, the more people will acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I hope for Liv Morgan. But for MJF, I hope that, I already know he's going to bring it back because if he's already in the Happy Gilmore movie with Adam Sandler and Becky Lynch. But I'm going to be real with you. Becky Lynch, in the Hollywood business, it helps, but I don't think people will know her off of her doing it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like she already has star power based off of her, her time in WWE when Vince was in office and he was trying to promote her. So she already has star power. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just right now, based off of wrestling-wise, it's not going so well. But selling book-wise and, her appearing in certain type of activities that involves with, appearing in, talk shows and whatnot. She already has it down to science. So her stock don't fumble. But however, in my opinion, I feel like her doing TV shows and movies it's not really necessary. Just because she don't have to do it, but it's cool that she can involve herself in it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's going to bring her more star power. Because she's already a star, like Becky Lynch being in the movie business. It's like she don't have to do that because she's already a star, because she been a star, you know what I'm saying? Ever since she started the man gimmick, you know what I mean? So, I that's my opinion on Becky, but for MJF, I hope that MJF continues with it, but I also need him to appear on TV because a lot of people do miss MJF and they miss him because he's the biggest star and the biggest draw of the company besides Swerve and Will and Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher and her syndicate and and Tony Storm and Mercedes. So it's you just have to I would just say like this, you just have to give it some time. But I do hope that MJF shows up before the year ends. If not, he'll probably come back next year and he'll cash in and get the title, and then he'll have a 1 year run. Hopefully he'll have a 1 year run, because then that can get the company back in shape. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, if you want to give the belt back to Swerve or Will Ospreay, that's fine. But Kyle Fletcher needs to be part of that list as well. He needs to be in line as well to go after that belt, because he is the new upcoming star, and him winning that belt will definitely elevate him in his career in the near future in AEW. So with MJF star power, I do think that we might go back to the AEW we used to love back in 2023. We still love it, but there's some people that miss the 2023 and 2022 era of AEW. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I don't know, because I never watched AEW at that time. But however, if that's what people want, just so they can go back to watch AEW, then that's fine. But in order for that to happen, we need star power, and MJF is the one. Okay? Everyone else, they got it, but if they can't bring at least 800K or 900K in cable TV ratings, then, and even just on YouTube, like if you can't even get a video that's 500,000 and you have to drop a throwback video in order for you to, one of them throwback pay-per-view videos, if you have to do that in order for you to get, viewership, then something wrong, because but there is something wrong. Like the YouTube editing and on AEW's platform is trash, and they won't drop a full clip. I mean, even though they don't have to drop a full clip, what they could have done is they could have just do like 4 or 5 minute clips, and they are in the other channel, AEW on television, I'll put the link in the bio so you guys will know where to subscribe to find full clips of AEW. However, match-wise, I think they should go back to their own form. But the only way they can do that is if, somebody informed Tony, like, hey, you need to bring this back if you want viewership. You know what I mean? So hopefully they'll hire somebody that can work on that to make it much better, because they, maybe get somebody from WWE that's been fired or let go or retired that can help you, get that back on track. And then hopefully you'll get the viewership back that you had a couple months ago. So that's what we hope for. But hopefully MJF will be the cause of them getting their viewership back. So hopefully that will be the case, because the content's great, but the viewership is not hitting, and to me, I think it's just because of the bad editing on YouTube, and and it's not loud enough. You know what I'm saying? The awareness of what's going on with AEW is not loud enough, and it needs to be. And I think once the moment we start getting the promotion to its place to where it was back in 2023, I think we just have to start by one. So first, we need star power. And 2, we need better editors. And 3, we need to spread the word. So yes, we can do it on social media. But after that, we gotta put out banners and we gotta put out billboards. Now, that's gonna take some time because WWE is in the way. But once the moment they start losing viewership, then they can get back on track. And then more and more people are going to watch AEW. But we have to wait and see. All right? We have to wait and see. But let's continue. Now let's get to Tiffany Stratton. Age 26, promotion WWE, last year's rank 18. Now, I don't know why she's number 5. I mean, she didn't really have a good year as in her title reign. But for some reason, they put her in number 5, and I don't know who paid them to put her on the list along with Dom, but let's read and find out why she's number 5. So it says Stratton had an unbelievable 2025, oh boy, winning 24 matches before Stephanie Valkyria ended her almost year-long win streak at Crown Jewel in October. A few weeks later, Stratton lost the WWE Women's Championship to Jade Cargill at Saturday night's main event, a sudden end to an otherwise incredible run. Next year could bring something different for Stratton's character, but one thing's for sure, nobody can deny Stratton's accomplishments in 2025. Let's talk about it. It depends how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I didn't mind Tiffany's title run, but I felt like her losing it to Jade should have been SummerSlam. But the fact that you had her lose it at Saturday night's main event to get jobbed out by Jade Cargill, I guess I understand why you did it, because you wanted her to look dominant. But I just didn't like the fact you had her turn heel. She still could have been dominant as babyface. But, again, I'm still waiting for Jade Cargill versus Liv Morgan. I'm still waiting for that, because I need her to get her get back of what Liv Morgan was saying back at a couple months ago. And I think we should get a rematch so that way she can get her dub. So that way you can shut Liv Morgan up. But regardless of what role she is, right? She's a tweener or babyface or a heel, whatever. You need to shut her ass up. And we need a rematch for Jade Cargill. However, Tiffany, look, I have a plan for Tiffany. But let me say this. During her title run, I will say I love her in ring gear. I love her dress wear, even before she won the belt. And I also love her promo with Charlotte Flair when she went off script. I think more superstars need to do that. If you want to, get over and you want to put yourself in the forefront, that's the way to do it. And I think Tiffany did the right thing. I think a lot of people going to disagree, but I think Tiffany going off script was to me, sorry, that was my neighbor. I'm saying, I think Tiffany going off script with Charlotte Flair and on SmackDown, I felt like that was one of my favorite promos from Tiffany Stratton, because I think she's pretty much telling everybody in the back, you should do the same thing, because you're not, these scripts suck. So why don't we just, go off script and just cut our promos from the dome? To me, I respect Tiffany for doing that, because many don't want to do that because they don't want to get fired. But I'm like, well, if Tiffany can do it, anyone can do it. But you got to be chosen. That's the problem. If you just because can you imagine if this was trying to think of someone. Can you imagine if this was somebody like Ruca or Zyra or anybody like Roxanne Perez, if Lyra Valkyria, if this was somebody like them, I think Triple H will probably suspend them, because, to the point to where they probably fire him, because, he said it in Unreal, we don't do that here. But I'm like, okay, but you still got Tiffany. You say you don't do that here, but you still have Tiffany working. And you could say she apologized to Charlotte and all that, but still, regardless if she apologized to Charlotte or whatnot, the fact that Charlotte was able to show sportsmanship to Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania, you got to give her that for that, because, again, she didn't have to do that. But again, I when I look back at it, I will say the match with Tiffany and Charlotte was a good match. Wasn't great, but it was good, because the build up to it. Many will say it was trash. I know. But at least they gave it their effort. Charlotte did, Tiffany did, and to me, I felt the build up with Charlotte Flair was one of my least favorites out of this year. Just because I felt like OG versus Young G, you gotta give it some dab. I mean, both of them cut great promos, the one backstage and the one in the ring. And I have to say, This was like one of my favorite rivalries in 2025. And I know many people would disagree, but I like it because I can remember it. And I can remember it like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? When she mentioned her 3 divorces and she mentioned, Charlotte mentioning Nepo babies and how the crowd was booing her. And yes, it was, and trust me, I hated that the crowd was booing Charlotte. But I also have to give, Tiffany Stratton dap for, standing up for herself. Like she said, she was just standing up for herself. And I support it heavily. And I wish many would do the same. I wish Raquel would stand up to Liv Morgan. I wish. But I know, they're going to go by script. And she's going to be probably saying some things that I'm going to be looking at her like, I know you don't mean that. So, you know what I'm saying? Because we have to focus on the real and not focus on the fake. And I think, again, I just hope that, if Liv and Raquel ever do go back and forth, I just hope that Raquel can show Liv that she is one of the most dominant women in sports entertainment and she earned her right to win the world championship. You know what I'm saying? Because everything has to be told, story-wise, it has to be told right. Because if this was AEW, this would have been told right. But because this is WWE and everybody's, focusing on money is one of the reasons why, we can't move forward with these storylines because they're all over the place. It's like somebody pressed the shuffle button and we're just seeing scrambles. You know what I mean? So, so salute to Tiffany Stratton. I hope she comes back. I know she got a trailer coming out with the women for WrestleMania, so look out for that. It's on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. But still, it's just... Hey, listen, I like Tiffany, and I the only plan I hope for her is that she go after the mid-card title, and she form a fraction with Kaya James and Chelsea Green, and then hopefully when we bring Monroe and Izzy Dame and they come to the main roster, we could get, they could recruit Maxine Dupree and all 6 of them can, team up from SmackDown to Raw, and we could get a fraction with 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can do that. But in the meantime, we just have to, wait and see what's her next move. But her, but her saying that, them saying that 2025 was her year. I mean, I can't say they lying because she made it this far. But many will say she hasn't done nothing. But I don't know, with her rivalry with Charlotte and her rivalry with Jade, and her rivalry with Nia Jax, she did a little something. I just wish she would have had a match with Bianca Belair, but... Well, actually, she did. I think she did have a match with Bianca Belair, but I think it was for the... What was it? What was it for the United States title? No. Wait, was it? I couldn't have sworn... No. I'm sorry. No. It was Bayley. It was Bayley versus Tiffany. Never mind. But I wish I did see Tiffany versus Bianca, but the only time we did was it was like a tag team match. But other than that, salute to Tiffany Stratton. Hope she comes back and go after the mid card title and hopefully join forces with Kaya James, and hopefully when Chelsea is done with Alba Fire and Ethan Page, then she'll join along, as well. So yeah, but let's continue. Now, Bron Breakker. Age 28, promotion WWE, last year's rank 11. Whoa, and he's number 6. Well, I do see him at Walmart, so hey, you can't be mad at that. But let's read why he's number 6. Let's read. It says, you can always hear Paul Heyman's voice when you hear the name Bron Breakker. It was inevitable that WWE's biggest rising star would eventually align with wrestling's greatest pitchmen. Breakker and Heyman finally unite as part of the division, a group that included Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins until Breakker and Reed attacked the Visionary to kick him out of the group. It was a high-profile heel moment for Breakker, who lost the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41 in April. It's only a matter of time before this incredibly talented, incredibly strong second-generation star headlines Mania. He will be a foundational star for WWE. I agree. I mean, I did say that he did bring 1 million views to the product. So let's talk about it. Bron Breakker coming to the main roster, to me, was like one of the best decisions that Triple H has done, because ever since he came, he became the Intercontinental Champion, and sooner or later he's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion. I can see it to this day. And that's why, it's a shame that their focus right now is CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, because it's like, listen, Bron Breakker is a star, and you know that Bron Breakker winning that belt means a lot. I mean, who cares about the viewership when you have a star right here that can, you could build new stars. And if there's desperately caring about viewership, then that's what's going to drain the company out of business, because AEW, they're hoping and praying that the fans will come back and look at the product and not look at the viewership. If y'all would just focus on the product, focus on the content, and not the viewership, then at some point the viewership will grow, because people will see that, hey, this content matters and the storytelling matters. And anybody that's saying that AEW don't got that, you obviously tripping. But Bronson Reed, to me, he could be the next Goldberg if you just book him right. You know what I'm saying? Like his rivalry with Punk and Cody Rhodes and the Usos and Roman Reigns, that's great and all, but I would really love it if Bron Breakker had a one-on-one with Roman Reigns, because Bronson Reed already beat Roman. Now I need him to do the same. The battle of the spears. But which spear is going to hurt you the most? Roman's spear or Bron Breakker's spear? I think Bron Breakker's spear going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just like Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trust me, man. If we had imagine if Bron Breakker retired Goldberg. They would have shook hands. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because Gunther took his place, it's one of the reasons why, Goldberg, ended the way he did. And it's sad. It really is. I wish Goldberg would come to AEW and have his last match there. I don't know who he would face, though. But, he could have faced someone. I just can't think of nobody. But maybe y'all can comment down below and let me know. I was thinking Kenny Omega, but I'm like, with his finisher move, I'm like, nah. Maybe like John Moxley, maybe Swerve, maybe Will Ospreay. Well, no, not Will Ospreay. No. But somebody got to come in. So maybe, shit. What if we do a handicap match with FTR? Oh, yeah. Or Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. That would have been nice, but because I think those two faced each other before, but I don't remember. I really don't. I don't remember. But I did remember back in the day where I saw a promo with Vince McMahon versus Bobby Lashley where he kind of put his hands on Goldberg, but I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember. But other than that, that would have been nice. But just like, I will say this, though. I am happy for Bron Breakker. I'm glad I could see him outside of wrestling by seeing him at Walmart with his, as an action figure. And it's just awesome. And I just hope that that he continues to thrive, and hopefully he'll be able to, get past certain people like, the people that I just mentioned, like Roman Reigns and CM Punk and, Seth Rollins, because he already took out Seth, so that helped his stock a little bit. But him beating Roman Reigns and CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, I think that would be a great thing for his stock, and I think it will go up along with, because Bronson Reed his stock already went up when he beat Roman Reigns. So if we could get Bron Breakker versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, or no, we're going to get CM Punk. Never mind. CM Punk versus Bron Breakker. Yeah, we're going to get that. But I'm just saying, like, if we could get that, I think that would be I think it would be dope. So hopefully we can get that match set up. You know, Roman Reigns versus Bron Breakker. I think because they already had a tag team match, so let's set up a 1-on-1, bro. Because I don't remember if they did have a 1-on-1. I don't remember. Y'all comment down below, let me know if they did or not. But we need another one. If they did one already, give me another one. And I want Bron Breakker to win. Yeah, I want them to win. So, but shout out to Bron Breakker. I'm glad he's moving. And is he still in a relationship with Izzy Dame? Because I noticed they haven't posted each other in a while. I mean, I noticed Izzy Dame been riding solo lately. So are those two still hidden? Are they still together? I don't know if they are or not. Damn, everybody breaking up nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but you know, hopefully they're still together. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't checked their Instagrams, but I know Tiffany and Ludwig Kaiser, they still follow each other on Instagram. So I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Each his own, I guess. But let's continue. But shout out to Bron Breakker though. Now we got my favorite. Maya May, a.k.a. Blake Monroe, age 27, promotion NXT, last year's rank 5. Hey, I'm older than her. Oh, man. All right, cool. All right, but let's go ahead and read this paragraph and ask why did she went down to 7 and not number 5. But, yeah, let's read. So, Monroe. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to, because I keep thinking about Maya May, so I'm trying to stick with the Blake Monroe name. So let me go ahead and keep going. So let's read. Monroe began the year wrestling as Maya May in the AEW. Yeah, that's right. The protege turned rival of timeless Toni Storm, from whom she took the AEW Women's title. May lost the title back to Storm at Grand Slam in Australia in February, and then lost a Hollywood-ending match in May. Her certain calling in AEW. The following month, May reemerged as Blake Monroe in NXT and had a partnership later turned into a feud with Jordynne Grace. Then Monroe won the NXT Women's North American Championship at Hollywood Havoc in late October. She is a charismatic heel, a solid worker, and a wrestler to watch in WWE. Given time, Blake Monroe will draw the same levels of heat that Maya May did. Ooh, that is a strong statement, but let's talk about it. Blake Monroe, a.k.a. Maya May. Listen, I hope it works out for her, man, because I do think that this will be a fumble if they just sign her just so she could win a mid-card title and not win the NXT title. When I do have a theory that she might be double champion, like so Ruca and Stephanie Valkyria. But in order for that to happen, you got to have her either beat Jessie Jane or beat somebody in a triple threat match in order for that to happen. And again, I don't mind her as North American champion, but I need her to do something besides just walk around with a mid-card title and not have no opponents. So, but again, it's the Paul Levesque era. It's no longer Shawn Michaels era, okay? Mr. Sexy Boy is now Mr. Shimpy Whippy for Triple Fraud. And that's the reason why the booking is not going so well. However, NXT, right now, I'll just say it's mid. But it is strange that Maya May is not wrestling. And that's the problem that I have with her with the belt. She's not wrestling. See, at least at AEW, she had opponents, she had stories, and she was wrestling. Now, she's at NXT, and she's barely wrestling. Do y'all notice that? She barely wrestles. Every time she comes to NXT, she's in and out, and she wrestles less than she did when she was in AEW. Do y'all notice that? See, this is why I don't want Paige to come back, because she gonna look like a fool when she realized that I was only here to wrestle until you realize I was here for a check. See, that's what I mean by hypocrite. You cannot tell people this is what you want, and then they give you something different, and now your image look bad. Because you said up front that you came here to wrestle. Well, it seems to me like you came here for a check because Nikki Bella came back here. You know why Nikki came back. She came back because she needed to pay that child support. So she needed money. Versus with AJ Lee, either she came back for her husband or she came back because of her fans. I don't know, but the fact she had to sign a deal when she could have got a Legends contract like CJ Perry is kind of strange to me. Because everybody are legends at this point, and they should be the ones coming back with Legends contracts, right? Nikki should have had a Legends contract. AJ Lee should have had a Legends contract. And if Paige come back, she should get a Legends contract. All right? They should not be working full-time. They should be working part-time. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you know, they've done the work already. They've been around for this long. So, to me, it's just better that, you know, you try to do something else besides doing something that makes no sense, if you ask me. Like, to me, it just makes no sense to just come back just for money when you said up front that you came back for, you know, to spend time in the ring. You even said you want to face Rhea in an Extreme Rules match. Here's the thing. That's never going to happen. And the reason why it won't is because you're under the Paul Levesque era. He's the gamer. Fina. And before we start talking about Maya May, let's read this real quick. Can you believe what Paige said? She said this. This is what Paige said. She said that I'm sure everyone has an opinion on the way he runs it. No one's ever going to be fully happy, and there's going to be people that are really happy with the way he's going. I think he's doing a great job, Cap. I feel there's not much I can say because it's not just him. There's a room full of writers that are on the road and at home, and there's so many people that are writing this show. True. So if there's something not great, a lot of people go on the attack with Hunter, and people don't realize it's not just him. He's just trying to put on the best show that he possibly can. He's the one who gets the brunt of it, and people just don't realize there's more people in just one person running the show. Now, that is true. All right? She's not lying. However, he is the CCO. What does that mean? Chief Creative Operator, which means he has the final say of who wants to do what. And she's not wrong. There is a room of people that be on that bullshit. But if she watched the Unreal series, there's a clip where everyone voted CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble. And it only took one person to say no. I want this person to win. And what did Triple H do? He took one person's side and ignored everybody in the room that wanted CM Punk to win. Now, I don't know if Paige is I might have to call her Paige just in case, but I don't know if Paige realized or even watched that clip, but the people in the room voted for CM Punk to win. And I'm assuming Michael Hayes had something to do with Jey Uso winning. And if it wasn't for that, CM Punk would have won the Royal Rumble. But no, you know what they did? They literally passed it to Jey Uso, and I didn't even know he was going to win. I didn't. But that's the reason for Unreal. It's because Unreal is showing you the ins and outs that's going on behind the scenes. And if you don't watch it and you don't remember much of it and you don't remember that scene, then you obviously not paying attention. You're just saying stuff. And it's not just her. It's like many. Like, we see a lot of WWE fans, being okay with this. But if the room is telling you to vote for one person that is popular and you pick somebody else and the CCO goes with the person that picks somebody else, don't you think that's unfair when we're supposed to be a team? Why are you listening to one person when you could be listening to the rest? It's kind of like Congress, right? You got everybody passing these votes from Democrat to Republican, and nobody can come to an agreement, and it's the reason why we got this shutdown. So it's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's just like, at the end of the day, man, if you're going to have a team, bro, everybody got to be on board. And if somebody just say, I don't agree, you're just going to go with that one person? If it's not accurate and it don't make sense, don't listen to that person, because everybody's saying up front that they want that person to win. What if the room say that we want Liv Morgan to win, but one person say we want Roxanne to win? I'm gonna be one of those people that say, what? Why the hell we want Roxanne to win? She got all these damn losses. It's just like, no. But imagine if they do this. What if the whole room say we want Liv Morgan to win, but one person say, no, let's give the win to Bianca? Like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, salute to that person, but damn, I thought we was a team. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, again, she is right. But the problem is, Hunter, it's not even just the creativity, right? It's also the lack of drafts, the lack of, transfer portals. Like, we got stars from NXT that hasn't even been drafted yet. Trick Williams, Oba Femi, Ricky Saints, Ruca, Jordynne Grace, Jessie Jane. They're still stuck in NXT, and they haven't been drafted at all. And the thing is, when are we going to sit down and realize that Triple H is not trying to build new stars? Yes, you could say he's doing something with Bron Breakker and Roxanne, but the only reason why he's working with all these people like Bron Breakker and I'm trying to think of somebody else. Like, the only reason why he's working with people like Bron Breakker and Lyra Valkyria and, Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Bakir. And not only that, I'm trying to think of some more. Dragunov, like I said, like the reason Carmelo Hayes and whatnot is because he has no choice. But either way, he's not working with Roxanne and Carmelo Hayes because look what they're doing. Nothing. They're losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're losing, man. And you telling me that that's creativity? No. This is bad booking. All right? Yes, we're going to put the blame on Hunter because look what he's doing to the people that's talented. They're not doing anything. And you're mad because of XYZ? No. That's the point, and that's why I'm very concerned with Maya May. Because she thinks WWE is A1. No, it's not. It's not A1. It was A1 when Vince was in office. Now look at you. You got a belt and you barely use it. Same as not having it. Feels like you're on the main roster already. Like, how you going to have a North American title and not defend it? How many people you have defended so far with that belt, Maya May? Oh, right back. Maybe not. Let me not call you Maya May. Let me call you the name that you're named now, Blake Monroe. How many times you have defended that belt, Blake Monroe? More than once? How? You won the belt from Zyra, and you lost it to the person that had to give up her belt due to her knee. So basically, you beaten two people that is a team, and now look at them. Now they got a beef with each other, and there's no hope. Because now what happens after which one wins? Do they get a title belt? Do they go to the main roster? We got no plans for them. And it's just crazy to me because y'all over here giving Maya May a mid-card belt when you could have gave her the NXT title. Now is she just walking around with it just to get pictures, just to take pictures of shit. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Maya May only had 2 defenses, and already she don't got no opponents. Ethan Page don't even got no opponents. What are we doing, bro? Who is going to be Jessie Jane's opponent? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just stupid, man. And I just freaking wish that Shawn Michaels would have the final say, but he don't. And but I will tell you this. I am happy that Blake Monroe is happy that she's in WWE, but don't get your hopes up. You it's gonna take you a minute to realize that the booking in WWE is just not it. I mean, imagine you not being on TV more. See, when you was in AEW, you did not want to renew your contract. So what do? Just drop photo after photo, and that's it until your contract expires. And as soon as it got expired, you come to NXT. You thought you was doing something until you start beefing with Jordynne Grace, and then you did absolutely nothing. Okay, ever since you beef with Jordynne Grace, you've done absolutely nothing. And now you won the belt for nothing. And that's the fucking problem. But I hope she reached her dreams. But I think she's already reached it. You signed to WWE, so there you go. Now, for the next 2 or 3 years, I want you to reconsider re-signing that contract. And I want you to go to New Japan, because I know you don't want to go back to AEW. To go to New Japan and have fun there. Yeah, have fun just like Bella Davenport, because at least she's having fun. So, but let's continue with the video. But hopefully, Blake Monroe will get something out of this. But right now, the only thing she got is a title belt. So pretty much, it's AEW all over again. Want to know why? Because you're posting pictures of you with the belt that you had. And you're just doing that for the next couple months just to keep the fans happy. But you're signed with NXT, and all you're doing is just posting pictures of you with the belt. Come on, it's just giving me flashbacks. But let's continue. So here's the next one: Oba Femi, number 8, age 27, promotion NXT, last year's rank. Oh, you never been ranked. Unranked. But let's read why he's number 8. So it says, when Finney lost the NXT title to Ricky Saints in September, ending reign that lasted nearly an entire year, it was expected that he would be called up to the main roster as one of the WWE's future stars. Instead, Femi recently returned to NXT, challenged Saints for the title with a promo that cemented his status as someone behind the prototypical big man. Simple phrase: I am the one who will cast the shadow. I am the one who will take it all away. I am the one who will destroy you, because the ruler is back. The destroyer is back. The bringer of war is back. Your daddy is home. Now, I can't pronounce this word, y'all, so if I get it wrong, I apologize, but it's brilliantly. And the crowd devour it. He's the real deal. Okay, let's talk about that. Now, Oba Femi should have been in the main roster, but unfortunately, Triple H has something against him and Trick Williams, and I don't know why. Javon Evans get to appear, but Oba Femi and Trick Williams can't, which I don't understand. I mean, I don't know what it is about Triple H where he has something against big black men, but other than that, it's just like, why? In my mind, I'm like, why? Like, why is this man going after Ricky Saints again? It's just so stupid. Okay, we could have had Oba Femi versus Bron Breakker, or Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns, or Oba Femi versus John Cena. But instead, you would rather do what exactly? You would rather do Bron Breakker versus Roman Reigns, but no Oba Femi versus John Cena? Come on, man. We could have had Oba Femi versus Gunther, but instead, you would rather do Oba Femi versus Ricky Saints. Is so stupid. And I just really wish Triple H would stop playing around and just send him over there and have him face Gunther. Because what's going to happen when Gunther beats John Cena? What's he going to do now? Go after the world title? No, fuck that. Okay? Have Gunther go against Oba Femi. Bring Omos and let's have Omos and Oba Femi go at it. Or do something, bro. He should not be at NXT. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay? Send the man to the main roster along with Trick Williams and Jordynne Grace and so Ruca and Jesse Jane. Take that belt off Jessie J and give it to somebody that's talented, okay? Stop playing around and send him to the main roster. Like, come on, man. We've seen enough of him. Just send him to the main roster. Stop playing. Let's continue. Now we got the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, number 9, age 24, promotion WWE, last year's rank 20. Congratulations to Roxanne. I am glad that she's number 9, even though some people would disagree with that number. It is great to see her on here. Now let's get the explanation of why she's number 9. Let's see. Now, it says that Perez is one of the 4 women to become multiple-time NXT Women's Champion, along with Charlotte Flair, Shayna Baszler, and Jessie J. It didn't take that long for Perez to make an impact on the WWE main roster post-NXT. She joined the Judgment Day and, along with Raquel Perez, to become WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Perez holds the record for time spent in a Women's Royal Rumble match with over 1 hour and 7 minutes. Can you believe that? And don't forget to Perez, along with Toni Storm, was ESPN 2024 Women's Wrestler of the Year. So many accomplishments, and Perez is just stretching the surface. Perfect. 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 Woo! Give it up for Roxanne. Woo! Give a round of applause for Roxanne. Yeah. That's the type of acknowledgement I'm talking about. Man, look, I am happy for Roxanne. I'm glad she's number 9 on the list. Even though Dom is number 1, I don't care. Roxanne is sooner or later. I think Roxanne's going to be number 5 next year. But we have to wait and see. But hopefully Raquel will be on this list as well. But it is great to see Roxanne on number 9 on the list. So hopefully she'll get hopefully she'll get a push next year, and hopefully she'll get something out of this run with the Judgment Day. But that's why I kind of will like for her to work with Dom and, and go against Raquel. And eventually she's going to go against Liv. But if she can get some pins out of Liv Morgan, that would be great. But as of right now, we don't know yet. We just don't know. But I am proud for Roxanne. I'm glad she's on this list. And hopefully she'll continue to work. But it ain't over just yet. We got more to go, so let's continue. Now let's get to Leon. Leon, age 21, promotion TNA, and never been reigning last year. So let's read. It says, some might say Slater's biggest achievement this year was being featured on TNA and NXT regularly and sharing the ring with top stars. Or that Slater's biggest accomplishment is the connection he has built with the fans for his smooth, high-octane style. However, his biggest accomplishment was seeing TNA legend AJ Styles return to the company in July for the first time in more than a decade to crown him X Division champion at Slammiversary. You're not alone, AJ. We see the star power too. Well, congratulations to Leon, man. I'm glad he's on the list. And the fact he's number 10, that's great news. But here's a picture in case you guys don't know what he looks like. But that ain't the only one thing, though. Like, he ain't the only person that's on the list. Because guess who's right next to him? His buddy Javon Evans, number 11. Nice. Age 21, promotion, NXT, and never been rated before. Can you believe that? Bro is number 11. Well, let's read how he became number 11. Evans has been building up a groundswell in NXT, including a rivalry with Ethan Page and a title match with Oba Femi. Evans recently made his debut on SmackDown, answering Sami Zayn's U.S. title open challenge. It was one of those a loss is actually a win kind of moments. Evans couldn't have had a more spectacular showing against one of WWE's great performers. He followed it with a terrific match in a class this month against Gunther in the Last Time Is Now tournament. Evans is already building an incredible amount of aura at 21. His presentation is authentic. His in-ring ability and potential are generational. Next year, Evans could be in the top 5 of this list. It won't be for long before he's number 1. yeah. Well, let's talk about it. Well, shout out to Javon Evans, man. I'm glad he's on this list. And if he could get in the number one, that would be great. But I think Kyle Fletcher should be, is probably going to be number one next year. But if Javon Evans become number two and then Dominik Mysterio become number three, that's better. So hopefully he'll get that number one spot next year. But the only way he will is if Triple H, book him right. But right now, he's in NXT, so he's not going nowhere. I mean, NXT, he'll be fine, but it just all depends on the booking. So hopefully he'll get a title next year, but we have to wait and see. But congratulations to Javon Evans. I'm glad him and Leon are on the list together. That's great. That's great. So let's get to the next one. Now let's get to El Hijo. Now, the reason I want to read him is because, this is the guy that faced Dominik Mysterio and lost the belt to, even though they didn't mention it in the description. But he's number 12, all right? Age 28, and promotion AAA. Last year's reign was 13. So, he's like one rate higher, I guess. But let's read why he's number 12. Vikingo's ability in the high seems impossible, but his breathtaking aerial attack is ripe for injuries, which slowed him down a little bit in 2025. However, he still had a memorable outings on the grand stage once WWE purchased AAA in April. His match with El Grande at Worlds Collide in June is an example of what the second-generation Lucha Libre sensation has to offer. He recently turned heel, which could lead to Vikingo reaching new heights in 2026. Dang, he turned heel? Well, shoot. I wonder if he got a team up with Dom. I don't know. But, I don't really have much to say about this guy, but y'all can comment down below and share your thoughts down below about him. But, hey, I'm amazed they didn't mention Dominik Mysterio's match on here, but it's cool. But let's continue. Now, this one's my favorite. Gabe Kidd. Yeah. Number 14, age 28, promotion, New Japan. Now, I didn't know he was in New Japan. I thought he was in AEW, but he's in New Japan. And his last year's rank was 24. Can you believe that? I can't believe Gabe Kidd is on here, man. That's awesome, bro. That is awesome. But let's read how he got to 14 real quick. Now, some of these names I'm going to have to figure out. But yeah, let's read real quick. The wrestler who exudes the it factor become solidified in 2025. Gabe had a epic battle against Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom in January, and then enjoyed must-see matches with Tomohiro Ishii, Yoho Shushi, Michael Oku, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Konosuke Kakachita. I hate his name so bad. It's so fucking hard to pronounce, man. I'm just going to stick with his last name from now on because his first name is just too much, man. But let's continue. The physical and brooding Brett has all the tools necessary to be a star in the industry and showcase his talent with American audience. With AEW borrowed his services in August for the absurd lights out steel cage match at Forbidden Door. Kid is special, unique, and primed to take over in 2026. Well, yeah, if he come back, but we haven't seen him since what is that? Like, we haven't seen him since Blood and Guts. We haven't seen him since Blood and Guts. But yeah, man, I mean, I want to see Gabe Kidd come back to AEW. I would love for him to come back. I would love to. But if he comes back, I wonder what side he's going to be on. Is he going to be on Death Rider's side or is he going to be on Jon Moxley's side? I don't know. I mean, it just all depends, I guess. But it was great to see him at Blood and Guts, though. So I really hope Gabe comes back because I miss him, He's like one of my favorite wrestlers. I didn't know he was in New Japan, though. I didn't know. But hopefully he'll sign to AEW, But I guess we just have to wait and see. But I definitely want to see him come back because I want to see him versus Darby Allin, So hopefully we get to see that. Now, Lyra Valkyria, 15. Age 29, promotion WWE, last year's rank, no ranked. 15 and she got no rank. Can you believe that? Now, let's find out why she's number 15 on the list. Valkyria establishing herself the most among the Irish wrestlers in WWE, and that's because 2025 was her first full year, and it was an eventful one. She defeated Dakota Kai on Raw in January to become the first Women's Intercontinental Champion. At WrestleMania 41 in April, Valkyria and her last-minute partner Becky Lynch won the Women's Tag Team Championships. One of my favorite moments, by the way. Valkyria ended the year with an odd but interesting love and hate pairing with Bayley. Valkyria has the potential to be one of the top performers in the women's division, fully capable of headlining WWE's premium live events. Hey, listen. Let's talk about it. First things first, shout out to Lyra Valkyria for getting that dub, man. I always said that WrestleMania was one of my favorite moments for her. Just seeing her could walk out as double champion is just one of the amazing feelings of them all. And it's just, even though I am kind of disappointed that it didn't last long, I was really hoping she would carry those two belts to Backlash, but of course, it's a long story. But however, I am happy for her, and shout out to Becky Lynch and Triple H for making that happen. But I do believe she might be number 10 next year if she wins Money in the Bank and cash in the Women's World Champion or the WWE Women's Champion. So we'll see. But I'm looking forward to what her year is going to bring. I'm hoping that next year, she gets a comeback because she's been in the back for a little bit. So hopefully she'll get right back on track, and hopefully she'll get the title. And I know a lot of people going to say she's boring and all that. Man, stop. All right. When she was Intercontinental Champion, y'all was intrigued. And now, she wins the big one. Now y'all want to see her lose it. Come on now, stop that. All right, Lyra, I hope next year will be a year to build new stars. So that's why I'm hoping that Raquel will become champion this year. And then next year, either Liv Morgan or Roxanne Perez take the belt. And then at that point, we get Lyra Valkyria to cash in and take the belt from the champion. So that's what I hope for. And then at that point, we got new stars. And hopefully from people from NXT, we'll get that as well. So that's what I hope for. And hopefully Ruca could be in Money in the Bank too, because I definitely want to see her on Money in the Bank. I'd love to see that. But we have to wait and see. But, yeah, man, shout out to Lyra Valkyria, man. Never going to stop talking about WrestleMania 41 because that's one of my favorite moments from Lyra Valkyria. So, shout out to Lyra Valkyria. But let's get to the next one. I was just talking about her too. Ruca, number 19 and never been rated before. Age 26, promotion NXT, and never been rated last year. So we got to talk about this. Now, Ruca looks like a star and leaves an impression on the fans with her in-ring work and one of the coolest looking finishing moves, the Soul Snatcher, on this list, becoming the second woman to achieve champ and champ status in NXT, WWE Women's Speed Champion, and NXT Women's North American Champion, vaults her on the list. Ruca, the Pro Wrestling Illustrates 2023 Rookie of the Year, has followed up nicely and successful main roster run and certainly in her future. Well, that's what we're hoping for. I'm still hoping next year she'll come to the main roster, but we got to wait till Ruca and Zyra betrayed each other, and then at that point, I think she most likely going to come. But we have to wait till then. So hopefully they'll send her to SmackDown. If not, Raw is fine as long as you have her there, you know what I'm saying, and do something besides just have her in NXT, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they'll send her on her way and we can get that out the way. So, hopefully she'll come next year. That's what we hope. Now, Jordynne Grace, number 20. All right. Age 29, promotion TNA/WWE. Last year's reign, 16. Oh, wow, she went down. But she's still on the list, so that's good. But let's read why she's number 20. It says Grace, an all-time NXT great and former three-time Knockouts champion, signed with NXT earlier this year and took part in the Women's Royal Rumble match in February. Her second Rumble match appearance in NXT, Grace began a compelling program with another wrestler on the list, Blake Monroe, a.k.a. Maya May, that culminated with a win in September at No Mercy in a weaponized steel cage match. Damn, that's it. Oh, wow. Well, that's all she has on her resume right now until, they send her to the main roster. But as of right now, that's it. Fuck. Man, Grace got to get booked. Jesus, man. The last match she had was the triple threat match, but damn. Can you please send her to the main roster? I mean, that's all I had to read, bro. Dang. All right, well. Hopefully Jordynne Grace will come to the main roster next year, but I don't know, man. Triple H, I don't know what he got against Jordan. I don't know if it's because she's married to a black man, or she just, or he just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But hopefully she'll come to the main roster. At least go to SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? But right now, she's stuck there. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope Jordynne Grace get what she, I hope so. Otherwise, just send her to AEW, man. Just send her to AEW so that way she could be with her husband. I mean, he's still in Ring of Honor, so just send her to AEW just so she could be with her husband, bro. Because it's obvious that you don't know what to do with her. And it's just stupid. It really is. But at least she get to be with her husband if she go to AEW, even though he's in Ring of Honor. But I think, yeah, so we'll see. But I don't know where her contract expires, but we'll see. But let's continue. Daniel Garcia. Age 27, promotion AEW, last year's reign number 9. Damn, he went down. Well, he's still on the list, so that's great. But maybe this is the reason why he's 21 right now. In the ring, Garcia is an inventive, technical wrestler who looks comfortable battling for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. He's a natural heel, using his goofy little dance to draw heat. Garcia lashed on the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society early in his career and recently joined Jon Moxley Death Riders, AEW's most villainous stable. Well, damn, man. Damn. I hate that he's down to 21, but at least he's on the list, so that's great. But dang, Daniel, you gotta step your game up, buddy. But hey, listen, I am happy he's part of the storyline. I mean, I am happy that he's part of the stable. We just gotta see what he's gonna do for the next couple months. But actually, we gotta wait till what he's gonna do in 2026. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Let's go to the next one. Now, Jack Perry. 22, age 28, promotion AEW, last year's ranked 7. Damn, I didn't know he was that young. But, hey, man, hey, no judgment over here. But let's read why he went down. So it says, Perry slid down on the list because he was the most absent in 2025. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he was gone for most of the period of time, but he was spending time with his lady, though. But let's keep reading. Other than his losing effort to Yoratsuji at Wrestle Destiny in January, he vanished from TV for the majority of the year. Upon his return at All Out in September, Perry ditched the heel persona and reformed Jurassic Express with Luchasaurus, returning to his babyface roots as a hybrid of a scapegoat and Juggle Boy persona, a tag team win over the Young Bucks at Wrestle Dream in October reinforced the possibility that Perry could still play a major role in AEW and have a strong 2026. Well, I mean, he just came back, so I would give him some time. You know what I'm saying? I would give him some time. But we really hope his girlfriend will stay, as well, and do her part. But hopefully she'll get the tag team titles or get a singles title. So, yeah, I hope the best for Jack Perry, man. I hope he get a comeback, hopefully. But let's continue. All right. Hook. Nice. Let's go ahead and get to Hook, baby. So, age 26, promotion AEW, last year's rank 17. He went down as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and read let's read why he's down to 20. So it says, son of AEW legend Taz, the cold-hearted, handsome devil of AEW. The New York Times wrote he was brooding with high-volume zoomer hair. What? All right. Hook has the look, the lineage, and in-ring skill set filled with powerful throws, so why hasn't he succeeded as a franchise player yet? His middling mic skills aside, it feels like Hook has gone from team to team, stable to stable, without establishing himself as a star. That is true. Over the past year, Hook was defined by being a part of and then feuding with Samoa Joe and the Ops. Can he be something more than this? Damn, they got a point, man. I mean, he has been, that is true, though. He's been tag teaming more than he's been going solo, and that is a problem. And I don't know, man. I mean, now he's back with the Ops, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, because, the Ops still got gold, and he doesn't. So I don't know. When is he ever going to get any gold? Like I said, he can go back to Ring of Honor and get some gold, but right now he don't got none. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully Hook will figure it out, and hopefully he will, get something from Ring of Honor, because that's the only title I could think of until he step his game up. So really ain't nothing much you can do, Just got to hope that he'll get something out of it. So, because he can't be the only one without a belt, so he got to get one. So go to Ring of Honor and get one. So, yeah. But hopefully Hook will get one, So let's continue. Now let's get to my baby. 24, Megan Bayne, age 27, promotion AEW, and never been rated last year. Oh, yeah. All right. Great. It's great to see my baby on there. Yeah. My baby is on the list. Okay. Let's go ahead and read why she's 24. Now, she could be 15 next year, but let's just read why she's on the list. Let's just read. Bayne's personality screams star, and she has carried herself as such since her debut in AEW in the beginning of 2025 at 5'11". What? I thought she was 6. The Greek goddess standout among women wrestlers. She got the taste of the main event in April when she fell short in challenging Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship at Destiny. Yeah, that match should never happen. Well, should never have happened. So I'll say it like that. Which was served as a heat check for Bayne. She also showed some gift in the women's blood and guts match. In mid-November, she has been around the top of the women's division in AEW and will likely be back in the title contention sometime in 2026. Yeah, she definitely needs to be in the title picture. I'm thinking that, okay, after Chris Stanlander, we might get Will Nightingale, and then after Will Nightingale, we might get Megan Bayne, and then after Megan Bayne, we might get Mercedes Moné. So hopefully that's the case for next year, but we have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm rooting for my baby to get that title, so we just have to wait. But yeah, I'm glad Megan Bayne is on the list, and hopefully she'll be top 20 or at least 17, for next year's new year for her. So we'll see. But let's continue. So, Kevin Knight. If y'all don't know who Kevin Knight is, I'll put a picture at the end. But he's 26. All right, age 28, promotion AEW, and never been rated before. So let's go ahead and read why he's on the list. Before the formation of Jet Speed earlier this year, along with Speedball Mike Bailey and AEW, Mike took part in the 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling Super J-Cup. In 2022, he and Conchita formed Intergalactic Jet Settlers Tag Team and become two-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Though Jet Speed did not claim the AEW World Tag Team Champions at All In January or All Out in September, there's no denying the talent of Knight and Jet Speed. Yeah, man. I mean, I think they'll get their round next year. They'll get their round. We just got to, finish the FTR and Edge and Christian story, and then after that, they'll get the titles. Hopefully they'll win it off at Edge and Christian, but once they beat FTR for the belts. But yeah, we just have to wait. But they'll get their run next year. Trust me. Just gotta wait and see. Just gotta wait. But shout out to Kevin Knight. I'm glad he's on the list. Let's continue. Now, Axiom. Age 27, promotion NXT. Well, he's in the main roster now, so I don't know why they put NXT. He's in the main roster. He even said it on the paragraph, but let's go ahead and read. Let's read. The wrestler from Madrid spent most of the 2025 teaming up with Nathan Frazier to form Fraxium. I hope I said that right. They were NXT Tag Team Champions in their second run entering 2025, but lost to Hank and Tank and Stand and Deliver in April. By default, Fraxium were mainly fodder for establishing tag teams, but Axiom reintroduced himself on SmackDown earlier this month against Dragunov, I'm not reading his first name, in the U.S. title open challenge match. If he was hidden in the minds of wrestling fans for a little while, that certainly changed after this hard-hitting, fast-paced, exciting match. I mean, the match was okay. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and say that match was good. I mean, I didn't watch it, so I watched a few things, but it's on repeat. I mean, they faced him. I think he faced him like twice now. It's like, dog, come on now, that's enough. All right. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but salute to Axiom, man, and Axiom, and Nathan. It's just. I just wish they would be in the tag team division and win the belts, but unfortunately, the Wyatts are going after, what's it called? MFT. So hopefully after that rivalry, they can go after the tag team belts. But right now, it's kind of hard to tell because we really don't have any, tag team matches right now on SmackDown like we used to. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully they'll get back to that. But right now, I don't know what to say, but I'm glad he's on the list though. But let's get to the last one. Let's go ahead. We're almost done, guys. I know it's been an hour, but we got one more, just one more, and then we're done because the rest is just random. So if you're wondering why I'm skipping some parts, is because there's some people we don't know and I haven't discovered. So. And they're not from AEW or, WWE, NXT, or TNA, or, some are in New Japan and AAA, but I don't really know their names. I don't really know what they look like, and I haven't seen their matches. So let's go ahead and get to the last one, and I think you might like this one. Last but not least, Kelani Jordan, 28 on the list. Age 27, promotion, NXT, and never been rated before last year. That's awesome. That is awesome. But let's read why she's on the list. So it says, after becoming the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion in 2024, Jordan defeated Lei Ying Lee at TNA Victory Road in September to claim the TNA Knockouts World Championship. There's no denying the athleticism of the former Michigan State Gymnastics. When you add the developed promo skills, especially Velva, her newly heel turn character, the sky's the limit. Well, I'm glad that Kelani Jordan was on this list. I just wish her boyfriend was on this list, but unfortunately, because of the bad booking from Triple Fraud, is one of the reasons why Carmelo Hayes is not on the list. Otherwise, he would have been, along with Montez Ford and Austin Theory and whoever else is young and talented to be on the list. But shout out to everybody that was on this list. Even though I have questions on the numbers, it is great to see everyone on the list. We just hope that, well, I forgot Montez Ford. I don't think he's in his 20s, but so never mind. But other than that, I mean, I am glad that that everybody's on this list. And shout out to, ESPN for mentioning the AEW superstars along with other talents that hasn't signed with WWE. So, shout out to them for mentioning New Japan and other wrestling promotions as well. So, salute to them for that. Anyway, man, I'm not going to keep y'all on here, but I would like for you guys to comment down below and share your thoughts on the list. And, I mean, what do you guys think, man? Do you think that these numbers are accurate, or do you think they need to, switch it up? Y'all comment down below. Let me know. So get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. Congratulations to everybody from 1 to 30. And, yeah, man, share your thoughts down below. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving. And I'll catch y'all later on tonight for AEW Collision at 8 o'clock. All right? So I'll see y'all then, all right? I'm out.